In a tense and high-stakes environment in the Red Sea, the U.S. Navy has confirmed the loss of a multi-million-dollar F-18 Super Hornet fighter jet, valued at over $60 million, which fell overboard from the aircraft carrier USS Harry S. Truman. The incident occurred while the aircraft was being towed inside the hangar bay. According to an official Navy statement, the aircraft and its tow tractor were lost after the tow crew lost control during a sudden and intense maneuver at sea. The maneuver was part of an evasive action taken to avoid incoming fire from Yemen's Houthi rebels, who had launched a drone and missile attack on the Truman in the midst of ongoing tensions in the region. That maneuver, a sharp evasive turn, was executed as the Truman responded to what officials describe as incoming hostile fire from Yemen's Houthi rebels. The Houthis, backed by Iran, claimed responsibility for launching a coordinated drone and missile attack on the carrier while it operated in the strategically vital waters of the Red Sea. All personnel aboard the Truman were accounted for. One sailor, who had been stationed in the jet's cockpit as part of standard hangar bay procedures, sustained a minor injury but managed to escape the aircraft seconds before it plunged into the sea. That sailor's quick thinking likely saved their life. The aircraft, valued at over $60 million, was confirmed to have sunk. While no lives were lost, the Navy has launched a full investigation into the incident, aiming to determine exactly how and why control of the aircraft was lost during the maneuver. This event marks yet another flashpoint in a series of escalating confrontations between the United States Navy and Houthi forces in the region. The USS Harry S. Truman, a Nimitz-class supercarrier and one of the largest warships in the world, remains fully operational, stretching over 1,092 feet and displacing nearly 100,000 tons. It's a floating airbase powered by twin nuclear reactors. Despite its immense size, it is surprisingly agile, capable of speeds exceeding 30 knots, or about 34 miles per hour. The Truman typically carries around 60 to 75 aircraft, including FA-18 Super Hornets, EA-18G Growlers for electronic warfare, E-2D Hawkeyes for early warning and surveillance, and MH-60 Seahawk helicopters for search and rescue, anti-submarine warfare, and logistics. This air wing gives the carrier a formidable strike capability, capable of projecting power across vast distances. Former U.S. Navy Captain Carl Schuster explained that in scenarios like this, carriers use a zigzag evasive tactic, rapid, alternating turns of 30 to 40 degrees. These maneuvers can cause the ship to list steeply and shift dramatically from its previous course. It's an aggressive but effective strategy to throw off enemy targeting systems, particularly during incoming missile attacks. This wasn't an isolated event. In fact, the Truman and its strike group have been repeatedly targeted in recent months. In February, the carrier made headlines when it collided with a merchant ship near Egypt, fortunately with no injuries reported. And in December, an FA-18 from the Truman was accidentally shot down by the nearby cruiser USS Gettysburg during a combat situation. Both pilots ejected and were recovered safely. Other U.S. Navy vessels in the Red Sea have faced similarly dangerous encounters. Earlier this year, a U.S. destroyer used its Phalanx close-in weapon system, the Navy's last line of defense, to shoot down a cruise missile that came within 1 mile of impact. Just seconds from disaster, the ship's automated defense saved lives. The Truman does not operate alone. It is the flagship of a carrier strike group that typically includes a guided missile cruiser and several destroyers, such as the USS Gettysburg and USS Gravely, all equipped with advanced missile defense systems like Aegis. In addition to U.S. vessels, Allied navies have also maintained a strong presence in the region. Ships from the United Kingdom, France, and Italy, among others, are participating in joint maritime security operations, patrols, and escort missions to protect commercial shipping lanes threatened by Houthi attacks. This multinational presence underscores the strategic importance of the Red Sea and the global effort to ensure freedom of navigation through one of the world's most vital maritime corridors. The growing threat comes amid escalating regional instability fueled in part by Israel's military operations in Gaza and broader tensions with Iran. Since late 2023, the Houthis have ramped up attacks against U.S. and allied vessels, claiming their actions are in solidarity with the Palestinian people. Following an increase in Houthi missile activity, the U.S. launched a series of retaliatory airstrikes targeting radar sites, drone facilities, and weapons depots in Yemen. One of the most devastating strikes reportedly hit an oil port and resulted in dozens of deaths, further inflaming hostilities. In response, Houthi leadership vowed continued escalation. Yemen will not back down from continuing its support operations for the Palestinian people until the Israeli aggression on Gaza stops and the siege is lifted, read a statement from Houthi-controlled armed forces. Just this week, the group claimed a U.S. airstrike targeted a detention center holding African migrants, allegedly killing dozens, a claim the U.S. military has not yet officially commented on. Despite the chaos, the Navy insists the Truman carrier strike group remains fully mission capable. The carrier and its escort ships continue to operate under high alert, maintaining sea lanes and protecting commercial shipping from further Houthi aggression. For the sailors aboard the USS Truman, the stakes are real. Each mission, each launch, each turn through the narrow and contested waters of the Red Sea could mean the difference between stability and conflict. And as tensions continue to rise, the loss of a single jet, while material, serves as a reminder of the high-risk environment America's sailors navigate daily in defense of freedom of navigation and regional security. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on stories like this one, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and keep bringing you real-world military updates, global defense stories, and frontline reports from around the world. Stay safe, stay informed, and until next time, fair winds and following seas.